Okay, so a quick one. So what we don't try do for the part one of this series. Now say we don't verify the accounts. We create accounts and we verify the account. So this one are the accounts we'll just newly create. So what we want to do now to create passport. So make we start to use passport. Brilliant, right? Okay, so what I will do now for us to come to their documentation. So I will say passports, right? So we'll first of all use the local strategy, and before we do anything, of course, not to install them, right? So make I create another okay, so make we install. So my terminal never come up, right? But everything where you need to make sure say your passport work they inside here, right? And here we use them, right? So make acute sense, right? Okay, so so I could just do this and make us say again install passport as well. So why don't they install? Make I install the types of this stuff. Types that should be passport dash local. So we'll start with the local strategy. So this one don't install. Makes sense. So for passport to work smoothly, we need two things, right? So make we do that. So the first way I go want us to consider a section, right? And we will trust on Express to allow us undo the section. Okay, good. So we install this Express section. Then we'll need cookie parser as well. So make I just do npm I cookie parser, and of course you know so we're gonna need the types of them. So I'll say cookie parser. So make it enter. So while we wait for this, okay, so it's loading now. Okay, so completed. Let's see this. Okay, so I'm gonna say npm I express dash section at types slash express dash section. Okay, good. So now it will want to be this. Makes sense. Now inside here, so if I just scroll down to this point, I'll just copy this. Majorly, it's how I want this, right? So inside is my index. So just above here, I will paste this. I remember this, of course. That guy will shout. So we'll say section from express dash section. Okay, so this you will fix this now. Another thing we're gonna need now the cookie parser. So from cookie parser. Okay, so if we just say app.use cookie parser, then inside there, so make just do just a secret. Okay, good. So so because I want more this CD cookie, make I use false for now, right? So makes sense like this. Yeah, makes sense. Okay, so now we don't set this up. So something crashed here. It's fine, we'll fix it. So now we don't set this up. The next thing we are going like to want to here for us to just initialize and sexualize our token, sorry, our passport. So I could just say import passport from the passport, right? Makes sense. Now so just down here if you say app.use, then passport.initialize, then at the same time make her do for section. So makes sense like that. So now let's start properly. So inside here I will just create maybe strategy, right? So here we'll put all our strategies, majorly the local and the Google create. So we'll put them inside here. So inside here we'll say local strategy, right? So here now we'll hold our local strategy. Makes sense. So if we come back to these our passports, and if I scroll up, so it's I need here, right? So I could just copy this, come here, paste them. Of course, some few things will be shout, but then we just need to import them and everything should be fine. So make I remove this and just pick this, right? So we'll say import strategy from passport local, right? So because now the local strategy will be used with this. So brilliant, right? Now the next thing we'll go do now, say if you look here they shout at us, right? So make I just bring it down, then close this function opening, and this side here make I just remove them. So if I remove them, I need to remove this as well. And I'm not sure I'll need this error, so I'll just remove that. Okay, so for here, rather than this, we will say user model. Good. So we'll say const user day equals to, remember, so we'll say await, and this has to be an async function. Async function. Okay, so if we do find one, remember, so no use username, that email we use, right? So I go remove this and we'll just say email. So that implies say here should be email, but by default passport no understand email. Now username and password now they use. So to fix that up, we'll pass in an argument here. So this could say user name field. So down would be mapped to email. So like this is fixed. Okay, so the next thing we'll need to do now. I think everything here is fine, right? So if there's user, so rather than this, most say no user found. So if there's no user, right? So you tell us no user found. So if the password is wrong, so most say wrong password, right? Okay, makes sense like that. So for here, of course, we need to use this kind of verification mechanism. They use bcrypt. So make I come here, say import bcrypt from bcrypt. So here we will say maybe check password to be equals to await bcrypt dot compare. So bcrypt go compare the plain password, right, and the encrypt password. So that should be user.password, because this user.password will get an encrypted password. Okay, so now wetin we want to be this. So rather than that here, we'll say check password. So makes sense like this, right? So the next thing I go quickly do na to duplicate here. So here I go say user dot verify. So if this user no dey verify, so make it say verification error, something like that. So must say verification error or went wrong, something like that. Okay, was not successful, so that's fine. Okay, so let's see, and of course we expect say you go only fit login if your token dey empty, right? So if your token dey empty, may still share this verification error. Now if everything dey fine, this is good. Okay, so the next thing I go want to now to say passport.use, and let's see what this will do for us. Okay, so serialize, right? So once serialize this. So once we do this, we will deserialize as well. Makes sense. So make sure say this user is mapped to any and save. So that's all we need to do here. Makes sense, right? And super easy, right? So majorly inside this our stuff here, right, their documentation. So you see two set of code, this set of code and this set of code. So this one, they initialize the strategy what they use, and here they do the setup of the strategy what they use, right? So now we don't finish the setup of the strategy. So the only thing we they know put here now, that's realization process, which is what we just did here. I mean, the only thing we didn't know include for their documentation, but every other thing they find right in their documentation. Now we use these because of how we store our data, right? They use MongoDB, right? So majorly, yeah, that's it. So the next thing what I go want to do now to come to this my router, right? So I could just say passport router because I don't want put them here, right? So make I just separate things. So I'll come here, I go say passport router, so .ts, right? So make I come here, just Ctrl+C, copy some things, paste. Of course I don't need this side, so that implies say I don't need all of this, right? But I leave this because they come here to copy this. Remember, so now here now we call that strategy. So make I first of all import passports. So having import passport, so I'm not sure so I need so make I just remove them. So let's cut this, put down here, close here. So I feel just say the port open here down to here, right? I believe. So let's see. Make I comment here first. Okay, so make I remove this and remove here. Let's see. Okay, so this is fine. Put comma here and paste this function. So this is good, right? So first thing first is, so I go say request Remember I said this request going to come from Express as well as response. It going to come from Express as well. Now this redirect, we don't really need them, so make I just remove this, right? And of course I will call my try block catch error, make a map them to any, and return res dot status 44.json. so message should be error, then make we see whatever the error is. So make I just duplicate this as well. So this should be 201. Remove here. So status, so that's 201. Then data, right? So I'll use quest.user, but then I'll verify, right, to confirm everything defined. Okay, so by doing this, we don't create the endpoint, right, for the local sign in, but there's no way this file here fits locate this file. This is our local strategy file. You can put two of them side by side, right? So what we'll go do now to import this local strategy inside here. So we'll say import util/strategy. So strategy slash local strategy. So that's it, right? And the last thing we would do now to come inside index. So okay, so I go say pass passport router, then inside here, so make I just duplicate and say pass and save. So if everything goes well, this file should load it. Makes sense? So in less than 20 minutes we've set up our local strategy. Then the next thing, of course, now for us to just test them out and make sure everything works fine. So if you see, so our endpoint will be API/login. So make I come here, duplicate this. Okay, so make it load, and remember I say never build finish. Okay, so this one don't build finish, so more come here, so go be log in. Makes sense? Moment of truth, it's so awesome. We sign in, right? Now this is from our local strategy. Now the cool thing is you can see we get section, and this section they come from passport, right? So sorry, from Express, right? So Express allows to create that section. Of course, if we had other things like the max age, right? So if you just say maybe 60, this is 1 minute multiplied by maybe 60, which is 1 hour, then multiplied by maybe 5. So this section will get a age of 5 hours. Okay, so the good now say at least here they sign in, but make we perfect this. Why? Because what if, so it's a for message here, I'll fix and share. What if my password not correct? If I run this, waiting will happen. my app will crash, right? That no mean say our this thing no good, it good, right? But it just be say we no write our code to prepare for should in case password dey wrong or the email self even dey wrong, right? But do it go crash again, right? So make we write a better endpoint to prepare us or to save that from happening. So inside here, right, so we I go just do now, say I duplicate here first. So for this I do dash auth, right? So this is the prepared one. So wetin we go do now, say make I do comma next, and this could be next function. So next function, so makes sense like that, right? Okay, now this middleware will put here, I go remove them from here. So rather than make it dey there, make it dey inside our code here, so that right here I think I can call the quest comma rest comma next, right? So that it is self-imposed, right? Now this thing here, mark out and come out, save, everything is fine. So here now we'll call a call back. So inside here now I want put that this stuff, right? So for here now we'll say, oh, error might happen, right? So make I map this to any, then we'll get the user, right? Make I map and save to any, and of course we get info, which is definitely a string. Now this info, remember this is self-defined, but that info and be these informations then we'll pass here, right? So we want those information to be read right from here. So the first thing first, now say if error happen, right, make this guy just return so make I just copy this, remove, so of course this thing will be 4444, then the message here will just be info. So I must save this. So make us okay, good. So make I just pass this. Okay, so I will just duplicate this. So I go say so if there is no user, right? So if there's no user, make the same thing happen else, right? So I might just remove this, then you'll run this. So now there's user, so I need to just put this like this. Okay, so majorly that's it, right? I believe say this thing no dey confusing. So it will just do here now, just to prepare this our guy for error, right? So that you go fit and do the error well. So now if I come here and I say dash auth, right, and make I hit here first. So if we hit them, we get our data, right? I say I go change this, I forget. So we'll say welcome back. Let's save that, right? So rather than we seeing this error message or this here, it no make sense at all, right? So modifying, and yes.